This is our biotech laboratory at Roxbury Community College. So here.
And what is happening today is that there's a knowledge explosion in the global economy.
Massachusetts ranks #1 in the country in terms of the percentage of our jobs that are going to require a college education. Where is that college-educated workforce going to come from?
Because it's not alloyed with anything, it's a very soft grade of aluminum.
So we need all of the educational assets to be pumping on all cylinders.
Go UMass!
If the future workforce of the state, if the future citizenry of the state is going to come from public higher education, then excellence is absolutely essential.
I've already received my liberal arts degree.
A lot of folks are coming to us looking to re-educate and move into this emerging green economy.
And hopefully go into one of those fields, maybe electromechanical engineering.
I can see the benefit to individual lives.
I'm even interested in economics now.
And also growing a regional, resilient, sustainable economy.
Our academic programs are strong. Our nursing program, for the last 3 years, we've had 100% of our graduates pass the state exam on the first try. That's remarkable.
Today, 2/3 of the young people who go to high school in Massachusetts and graduate from those high schools go to one of our public institutions. It's a dramatic shift from the early 1970s. We project that by 2020 we'll need to have about 60% of our working population with college degrees. When we project out the trends of current enrollments and current graduation patterns within the public sector, we don't think we're on track to achieve that 60% goal.
My name is DEMITRIA. I am 20 years old. I attend the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, and my major is marketing, and I'm also minoring in Portuguese. You see that jobs are diminishing for those that don't have a college degree. My dad is fortunate enough to still have a job in a factory where he can still be making fabric. But I want to say that's probably the last one around. I knew that wasn't the future for me. I didn't want to potentially lose my job and then not be able to attain another one because I didn't have a college degree, because that, in essence, is like what's taking away all the jobs in Fall River.
New Bedford is a tale of two cities right now, where there are individuals in the city that are here, that are native to the city, that are well educated, that are experiencing the bump that's coming with the new rise in jobs in some key niche areas. And then there are folks that are not educated, that are experiencing the long and slow decline of not having opportunity.
So I'm talking to companies and investors from all over the world, mainly who are interested in these innovation sectors, in IT, in biotechnology. They are focused on access to high-quality educational opportunities to help to continue to grow this workforce.
Businesses constantly flag low higher education attainment rate in New Bedford as an area of concern, because simply put, we cannot make the case that we have the kind of talent pool in the city that will enable them to feel confident they can meet their business plan in hiring.
Many companies are just concerned that they have huge numbers of openings at a time of high unemployment, and yet they can't find enough individuals that have been appropriately educated and skilled to take on those roles.
I think they see that if we don't get this agenda high on the public radar screen, the future of Massachusetts is in peril.
No state wants to be in a position where they're spending more on prisons than higher ed, and that's what's happening here in Massachusetts today and many other states. It's time to turn those things around. We have to make higher ed a priority.
If we want growth, we have to invest in it. And there are some investments that government must make. We've been holding our own in terms of public higher ed. It's time to step that up.
The answer comes in the strategic goals that we have set for the Vision Project. We have a big agenda ahead of us. Massachusetts needs to be sending more of our high school graduates on to college than other states, and they need to be ready to do college-level work when they get there. Once they enroll in one of our public institutions, they need to be succeeding at higher rates than their peers in other states. They need to be graduating or achieving a certificate or a high-value program diploma. The level of learning going on among our students needs to be at the top of the charts. There needs to be an alignment between what we do and the nature of the economy. We need to be national leaders in producing well-educated citizens, young people coming out of high school, able to contribute broadly to the well-being of the state. And finally, we need to eliminate disparities among subpopulations in all these areas so that students from all ethnic and racial and economic and socioeconomic backgrounds have the same kind of opportunities and the same kind of access to success.
On the R&D side, research and development, all of our measurable objectives are largely going up. Whether you look at the student inputs like SATs and GPAs, or the student outputs like retention and graduation, or in our sector, the research enterprise. But there comes a point where you're not going to be able to continue to do that. And we're looking right now at changes we might have to make if state budgets don't get better.
If you want this economy to get better, you put it in education, because then we can create jobs and we can become the future. We are the future.
So we're a good investment, and we're a necessary component of a successful future for Massachusetts.
Massachusetts will have the system of public higher education that its citizens demand. It is the place most families in the state are going to send their son or daughter to get an education. And we need those families to be saying, we want excellence at our public institutions. We want excellence for our children who are going to be the future of this state.